Well, it is officially official. TSM are leaving the LCS. And yeah, let's talk some TSM. So I just watched the Reggie video announcing that that he and TSM are leaving the LCS to pursue a world championship. And I wanted to, I don't know, just be raw and talk to you guys about it. It's honestly pretty heartbreaking. Um, when I think about what the LCS has done for me and how long I have supported TSM. I mean, my entire career and everything stems from my friend introducing me to League of Legends, me hating it first, as I think some people do, getting back into it because I was bored one day, wanting to learn more about it, watching Dyrus videos on how to play Singe Top specifically, and then deciding, way back in like 2013, 2014, that I would support TSM. Um, and I even made a podcast about it because I love TSM so much. Um, and I will be completely honest. I don't know what I'm going to do right now in terms of this show and my support for TSM because on my initial reaction is, well, you know, um, F you, Reggie. Like, I can't believe that you would leave the LCS like this. Um, and it's been talked about for some time now. And I've been pretty adamant about, probably not supporting TSM anymore if they were to leave the region. And I am hesitant to say that that's my feelings even while making this video. I don't know. I'm being torn pretty hard here because for one, I think it would depend on the region. I imagine it's going to be the LCK. I think there are spots that are going to be available to them, and I think that that's where they would want to go. It's been a pretty clear for a long time that TSM and Reggie and all of them have been looking at, you know, um, the East, and they've had a pretty big focus on it, which I think for an esports organization with the way things are going right now, that seems to make the most sense. If you've watched MSI, we got one good game of Golden Guardians against a major region team, and then everybody else kind of sucked. And even if you went to Europe, I don't know that things would be all that different. I think they could consider going to the LPL, but I think the LCK is probably the likely landing spot. And that's, I would admit, interesting to me, right? But I don't want to abandon my fandom of the LCS either. I've really struggled with the LCS this past year because having TSM not care, and then now, arguably my second favorite team was Evil Geniuses. I loved the combo of that team, and now they're not doing anything. You got the NACL falling out with, with everybody else. And it feels like the LCS is in for a hard reset, and I'm not going to abandon the LCS. I am declaring that now. I am personally, I know some of you don't really care probably, and that's fine. But for those of you who may, like, I'm gonna find a new team in the LCS. I'm already deciding that. I don't know who it's gonna be. It may even be a TSM rival. To be honest with you, it's probably gonna be a team that actually takes this shit seriously and who's willing to help build up this region. And I'm going to, I don't care if there's another podcast out there or anything like that. I'm going to try to dive in and be a part of that, um, that team. I don't know who it is, by the way. That doesn't, like, I'm not trying to, like, hint at something. I really got to think on it, to be honest with you. But, um, it's just so hard to see them leave To be honest with you, it's again. I mean, it's heartbreaking because I don't know. I mean, I looked forward to every weekend normally, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever they decided. Even back when they were playing on Mondays, I looked forward to TSM playing every day. Like those were the games that I never missed, even when I wasn't doing this full time or covering it the way that I do now. And I'm just, I'm not surprised. I've been hearing it for a while now. We all have been. I am saddened and disappointed, but at the same time, I get it. Like, if you want to win a world championship, um, you have to go to another region. Like right now, the West just doesn't have a chance. And I've put this out on Twitter. Like, I kind of would prefer to watch, and this is something else, a little bit of a tangent, but like I would prefer to watch, you know, NAEU at major tournaments like 3 times a year. What they used to do with All Stars. So I can't say that I am um, that I blame them. Like they clearly have been ahead of the game and have noticed that this is a potential case. And like I'm sure the FlyQuest investors and plenty of other investors are uh, pretty shocked, upset. Maybe I mean TSM, whether you like it or not, is such an important brand to the LCS that I would not be shocked to see a significant viewership decline with TSM leaving. Like we've already been seeing it since TSM hasn't been like the best team in the world or best team in the LCS. Definitely not the world, but in the LCS. And I think that with them leaving, if I'm an LCS team, this is a hard reset right now. Like you have to start putting into place processes that will allow this league to survive because I don't think TSM are going to be the only one. It wouldn't surprise me to see some other teams potentially try to flee to the LEC or to the LCK, even potentially the LPL, although I doubt it. And as as much as it sucks, like this region right now is not getting better. It's getting worse. And it's not just the viewership, and I think they put stuff in place in 2021 that I thought was going to help this league only get better. And these owners, I think, have really abandoned the region. They don't want to put in the effort or the work, it feels like. Not all of them, but a good amount of them to make this region better. And, you know, I'll say this to Reggie, like, you're abandoning it for sure. Like, you could make a difference. You could change things. Like, if there's one brand and one org that could turn things around and make this a better region, I think TSM could have been one of them. They could have led the charge. But that's going to fall to people like Jack and Steve now, officially. Like, it's felt like that for a while now. But, I mean, it's with Reggie and TSM leaving that this is the case. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if this show is going to continue on. I don't know where my fandom is going to fall for the LCS because I am going to choose another team. I've said it before already, even in this, and I'm going to say it again. Like, I am going to pick another team. I'm not losing my LCS fandom, and I just wish I had the resources and the ability to do better for the LCS. And I'm gonna try this summer. I really don't know. I don't know if I even want to cover the team this summer because it's gonna just be so depressing to do it. To be honest with you, like it's just gonna be like, what's the point? They're not gonna be here. They're barely even trying. This split. Like, I mean, they just apparently signed Phoenix. I was gonna make a video on that. And I'd heard about that along with the Dardoch rumors that I'd put out there with you guys. So it seems like that all was true. Because it was Phoenix and Dardoch were like the big main additions of the new NACL team. And, like you got to feel bad for the players and for Revan. Like Revan's getting his chance to be the head coach of TSM. And he's going to be the last head coach of TSM's LCS team. I mean, I feel for everybody in the org. I mean, they just built 2 new offices here 2 big offices here in the United States. And I don't know. And now they, it's bullshit. They had the money to be able to do stuff here. They just didn't see it being worth the investment, and I get that part of it. I truly do. But it just hurts. It's not fun. I am not pleased, to say the least. I am really going to reconsider my fandom, and I don't blame anybody who wants to go follow them. Like, I talked for years about true fandom, and I guess maybe I'm just not a true fan in even the sense that I thought, but I've never had a team completely abandon me, it feels like. Because I just don't have the time really to watch the LCK or the LPL. The time difference is just too much for me, and um, I mean, I guess I can watch highlights, but that's just not as much fun either for me. So I've always pretty much had to watch Western League of Legends, and yeah, man. I mean, this is just such a kick to the nethers for me. I'd really hoped that maybe things weren't going this way, but it seems like that may be, well, not is maybe it is the case now. So, um, for all my years of calling people out for not being true fans for sticking by them, I guess I'm sorry. I guess I ended up being the one that was wrong on that. So, um, I'm gonna take a. I'm probably gonna take a break from doing this show, because if Reggie's not gonna put effort into the stuff that I care about, then I'm not gonna put effort into Reggie. I guess I don't know. I mean, even that sounds petty, but it just kind of feels true. So, I don't know. I'm certainly sad, to say the least. So, I wanted to give you guys a raw reaction. You guys can or cannot hold me to the things I'm saying on here. I don't really care at this point. Not like I don't care. I mean, it's just that I wanted to be raw and be open with you guys about how I'm feeling about this, how I think a lot of you are feeling about this, and I just want you to know that I'm going to continue to cover the LCS. That's one thing I can say. Whether or not I will continue to cover TSM this split or beyond is up in the air. And I know the LCS is going to be starting here soon. I will make an announcement video officially on what I'm going to do at some point, but I'm at least going to take a week to think on it and decide what I want to do and where my fandom may go. So, yeah, I'm I don't know. I'm sorry to all of the TSM LCS fans that are probably feeling similar to me, and I wish that there was brighter news than this, but doesn't seem to be that way. So I will, like I said, I'll make an announcement video at least. This won't officially be the last episode of Talking TSM, but it may be one of them. So we'll have to see. But yeah, regardless, I'll catch you guys on the next one.